Good afternoon and welcome to CitizenAY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We're gonna go and look in a bit more detail about what Femi Falana said. You know, so let's look at what Femi Falana said regarding the fuel subsidy removal. We may play the entire video. We might cut it short. We're not sure yet. We'll see. But we just want to make something very, very clear. The fuel subsidy issue is just a typical example of why we are justified in going for Yoruba Nation. I said it before, and I'm saying again. The fact that I'm saying, well, fine, we have a new government now, and we'll see what they're going to do, doesn't mean that I'm stopping my clamor for Yoruba Nation, because it's not working. Our people are suffering. The system, we are trying to encourage our people to hold the system to account using the powers that we possess, Section 142A, Section 142C. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through its constitution, derives all its powers and authority. 142C. The participation by the people in the government shall be in accordance with the provisions of this constitution, 142C. Those two powers are the powers that I urge the people to use. Yes, I know the constitution is fraudulent, but if we can exercise our powers collectively within each local government area, even local community association members beginning to find out how much monthly allocation is paid to each of the local government area, and put pressure collectively till it's released to each of the local government areas, then you can get the benefits. And in doing so, it could encourage us, make us more likely as a community to go and demand where the funds have gone on things like this fuel subsidy, and ask searching questions, and know that we're within our rights as stated on 142A, Section 142A and 142C, to hold them to account. Now, with that said, let's proceed now and listen to what Femi Falana-san says. Like I said, it might be a long video, but we'll see. If I can, summarize one or two areas of it. But let's listen on. Here we go.
Nationwide indefinite protest and strike action by Nigerian workers. The NLC President, Mr. Joe Ajaero, announced this at the end of an emergency meeting of the National Executive Council in Abuja, where he also asked President Bola Tinubu to investigate payments for subsidy under the immediate past administration of former President Buhari. The Congress insists it will not continue to negotiate with persons without portfolio, just as human rights lawyer Mr. Femi Falana describes a hike in the price of fuel as illegal.
Indeed.
All right, then, let's get some views on this one. Mr. Femi Falana, rights activist and a lawyer to the NLC, is live with us here in our studio. Thank you so much, NLC. I appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you. Sure.
I guess I should begin with the statement that you have now been quoted for today. You've been quoted to have said that the hike in price is illegal. What do you mean?
Well,
exactly. It is illegal.
The president did say in his inaugural speech that he's going to run an administration anchored on the rule of law. And that implies that all actions of government and its agencies will have to comply with the law. The NNPC has metamorphosed into a limited liability company. It is now NNPC Limited.
Exactly. This is the point I've been trying to say, and Femi Falana-san has hit the nail on the head. And I hope people are listening. Let those who have ears listen to what this man is saying. You may disagree with him on a range of issues, but on this particular one, he is spot on. I've been saying this. They suddenly metamorphosized from being an NNPC in Nigeria to a private company and taking away, hiving off the wealth of the nation. But let's listen on.
To that extent, the NNPC, like Total, like ExxonMobil, like Shell, operating in the oil industry, cannot announce increases in the prices of petroleum products. That duty is vested in the government. So, and that is what I mean.
Exactly.
There is a judgment of the court, Federal High Court, which has not been set aside. The case of Bamidele Aturu and the Minister of Petroleum Resources. This judgment was delivered in the Federal High Court in Abuja here by Justice Adamu Bello, now retired, to the effect that nobody has the right in Nigeria to fix the prices of petroleum products other than the government.
Nobody.
Because
nobody has the right to fix the price of the petroleum other than the government. So how come NNPC is doing that and nobody's saying something? This is within days of inaugural speech of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And he needs to, this is the first biggest hurdle of his presidency. Now let us see how he's going to handle this. Because the government should be the ones making an announcement. But it seems as though they suddenly develop cold feet. Will they continue to develop cold feet? Let us see. Let's carry on.
You have the Price Control Act, and at that time, the Petroleum Act. Now, PIA Act. So you ask the NNPC, where have you got the powers to fix the prices of petroleum products or the price of petrol this time around?
Exactly. They are a private company. They have no powers. They have no such powers. This is exactly the kind of cerebral thinking that we, the people, should be doing. I'm going to try. Like I said, I cannot overemphasize how important this is to us in Yoruba Nation, because these are the things that is happening here. Is what is our justification for going for Yoruba Nation. We want Yoruba Nation because it's our language. We want our people, but above all, the failure of governance to hold those who are meant to be held accountable. That is one of the reasons. And they've been denying citizens the right to participate in their own governance through fear. Fear. But let's carry on.
From 185 or thereabout to 540. How?
185 to 540. Exactly. How? Please keep following what is going on. Oh. He's asking the right questions. That is what we need to try and do. Remove sentiment away from this situation. Remove sentiment of whether you're for Tinubu or not. The central issue is that successive governments have exploited subsidy, have stolen money. People have been given money by successive government. The select few at the expense of the citizens. Let's follow the money. Let's follow what is going on.
The clarification is important.
Yesterday on the program,
yeah,
we had the group CEO of the NNPC Limited, and this question was thrown at him, and I did ask him, remember asking him, that are you now the regulator and the operator in this sense, because now it's totally deregulated if subsidy is gone, and he said they are not the ones who change the price.
Who did?
He said it's the market forces.
No.
Can you hear? Exactly. That was what I was intimating in my earlier broadcast. He said the market forces. What market forces? This is, oh my.
The visible market forces cannot, under the Nigerian Constitution and under the PIA, fix the prices of petroleum.
You see, President Tinubu, I call on you. I'm deliberately calling out on you. Calling on you. If this price hike is allowed to stay, then it speaks, we know the direction where your presidency is going to go. It's not about attack. Our people are suffering. If this price hike by NNPC, that is not a government, it is not a government body. The only people that can fix the price are the government. When you put the powers in the hands of the private sector, then you are hurting the citizens, the very citizens that you are promising to serve. From day one. There's nothing wrong in you scrapping fuel subsidy. But the other side of it was to have ensured that the price remained the same. It is the responsibility of your government, President Tinubu. It is the responsibility of your government, President Tinubu. It is the responsibility of your government This is not about sentiment. This is about dealing with the hardship that our people are facing. And your government even now can step in and rectify this hardship immediately. Because NNPC have no business setting the price of the petrol, as stated by San Femi Falana. Let's listen on.
The agency of government is levied with that responsibility, Mr. Falana.
Under the current situation in which we have found ourselves, since ministers have not been appointed, right? The president is running the country.
I'm sorry to say this. I did not want to draw parallels. I know it's at the beginning of his presidency, but the similar thing happened with Buhari. President, for some time the ministers were not appointed. I can understand, but I'm just saying there's similarities. I can understand it's only a few days, and I'm not trying to. But this is something. It's open and short case. The government are the only ones who must set the price of petrol. Nobody else. NNPC is a private company. They have no right, and if this is allowed to stand, our people are the ones suffering. So we're calling directly on President Tinubu to please step in. Your government has that responsibility. You need to rescind that the price hike that they've done. Rescind it. And you tell them the price, and people will have to stick with it. And be ready to apply the law on those who fail to comply with the law of the land.
Only the president can so decide for now.
The price.
Yep.
So,
did you hear that now, President Tinubu? I know this is like a sudden, within the few days, all this pressure. The people are suffering. Our people are suffering. Yorubas are suffering. Igbos are, all of us, the whole impoverished people are suffering. You're a man of the people. We get it. You want to work for Nigeria. You want your presidency to ease the pains of the citizens. We get all of your promises. Now, back it by action. Listen to the words said by San Femi Falana. Listen.
Only the president can so decide for now.
the price.
Only the president can decide the price.
You have the Price Control Act. You have the PIA Act, right?
Price Control Act, PIA Act. Two acts he mentioned now.
There is no provision in our law for market forces to determine the prices of any products in the country.
We're calling on President Tinubu directly. This is a matter of put aside my passion for Yoruba Nation for 1 minute. That is not going anywhere. It's with me. It's with me till I leave this planet. Put that aside. I'm realistic enough. Yes, we're under the Nigerian government. You, as a Yoruba man, you're saying you want to make sure that you ease the pains of the people. Here is a perfect opportunity. Directly, President Tinubu. No abuse, no attack, it's not going to serve anything. It's not going to serve anything. I'm here speaking for the people who are on the street who cannot feed themselves. Let me see if I can get you a picture, President Tinubu. I want you to look at this picture. And I'm putting this picture in the middle of all of this because it is painful. I am, what I'm doing now, I'm doing out of concern for my people, for our people, the people that you're promising to serve. I'm not blaming. It's not your government that got us in this mess, but you're in this hot seat now, and you have the powers to make the change that will ease the people's pains immediately. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Start today. So, Mr. President, it's not about attacking you. I can't find it here. How I wish. Okay, I can, but it's just a way I can do it. How can I get it there? 1 second. Can you see that? Yeah, you can't see. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to just put that. I'll put that there anyway. So that's the picture of people on the streets. People on the streets suffering. You see that? People on the streets walking. They cannot go anywhere. Anyway, so you get that picture. I'll see if I can do something with it at some point. But we crack on. I will try and see if I can bring that picture into the scene somehow. Let me see. There might be a way I can do it. 1 second. Yeah, okay, I'll get it. I think I've got it. Just give me a minute. I mean, I need to do this quite quickly, but like I said, so what I want to do is just quickly do this quickly. Just give me a minute. Because we're gonna crack on, because I need to get off somewhere soon. Oh my gosh, I need to get going soon. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this right. Please subscribe to CitizenAY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Help us reach more people. We really need your support. This is really important. But like I just want to show, I'm going to put this in the middle of it, because the people are suffering. President, we're appealing to you. It's not about abuse. It's not about calling you names. It's about doing the right thing. You have the power to do it. And you do not let NNPC, who is a private company, to be dictating the price. PIA and the Petrol Prices Act or something, something else that is called. The two acts that the government has. The only people that and you alone, according to what Femi Falana said, have the power to actually rescind this. Don't leave our people suffering. Let me put this picture up for you to get the magnitude of what I'm saying, Mr. President Tinubu. It's not about getting angry. It's not about getting upset. It's about doing the right thing for our people. So I urge you, please, please, this is not a time for anything else other than just doing what must be done, 1 minute. Okay, so the song is still saying, how long will I go to suffer? And there's a question that we're asking, obviously. How long will I go to suffer? So now, you're going to see this, Mr. President. That is the pain of the people. I'm going to move this one away for a minute. What you see on the picture there, Mr. President Tinubu, is the suffering of our people. That's people there working because they cannot afford to buy petrol. This is not only impacting them buying fuel for traveling. The food prices have gone up. The cost of running the generator has gone up. People are deciding, voting with their feet, I'm not going to use public transport because I can't afford it. Mr. President, we are watching. We are calling. We are waiting on you. You are the father of the nation. You are the leader of the nation. And it is time you listen to the cries of your people. As the father, the leader, the president-in-chief, the GSA, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFON. Yes? GCFRON. We ask you, do the right thing at this point. That picture, sir, Mr. President Tinubu, we humbly ask you to take action now. Take action for our people. Right.
I wanted to actually just see if I can read through what the NNPC said in their statement.
They issued a statement? Yes.
They issued a statement.
Yes.
And in that statement, if we can bring back that, in the conversation that we had with him, he said,
listen,
going forward,
yes,
that the prices are going to be determined by market forces. What do you make of that?
He just told you, you don't keep asking the same question. The guy has told you. The government are the ones who are supposed to. Why are we playing semantics with this? I'm sorry to be, we need to be, our people are suffering. San has answered the question. I don't think it's worth going through that. I might have to forward this bit, but let's see.
Scenario. You agree with the issue of the market forces?
No, the NNPC Limited issued the statement whereby it fixed the prices of petroleum products. Petrol in Lagos,
They have no such powers to fix it, is what he's saying.
In Abuja, in the north. Right? Now,
they have no powers to do so.
If I understand the GMD, it was saying that in futuro, market forces will fix the price. But for now, NNPC Limited fix the price.
He said the price list that went viral, that went around, were leaked internal document of the NNPC that NNPC did not fix it. Let me read through the statement of the NNPC. NNPC said in the statement, adjustment in pump price of PMS.
Yes.
It says, NNPC Limited wishes to inform our esteemed customers that we have adjusted our pump price of PMS across our retail outlets in line with the current market realities as we strive to provide you the quality service we are known for. It is pertinent to note that prices will continue to fluctuate to reflect market dynamics. We assure you that NNPC Limited is committed to ensuring ceaseless supply of product. The company sincerely regrets any inconvenience this development might have caused. We greatly appreciate your continued patronage, support, and understanding through this time of change and growth. Signed, Garbadin Mohammed, Chief Corporate Communications Officer, NNPC Limited. That is what the NNPC is saying.
And it's gone viral. And that is the basis. Oh yeah, and that is the basis of the, prices we are witnessing.
Could it be because they are the sole importer of refined products?
We have always condemned the position of the sole importer because you do not allow for competition.
Exactly.
Whereas you may want to bring your products from Europe or America. I may prefer to go to the Middle East.
There you go.
There was a time the government was importing from all over the place. And I said, no. Côte d'Ivoire has a functional refinery. So why don't you refine from that country? We now refine about 60,000 barrels a day. I don't know what the current number is. We even go to Niger, right, to refine. Because for 30 years, shamefully, this country is the only oil-producing country in the world that imports petroleum products.
The only oil-producing country in the entire world that imports processed products, petroleum products.
Only one.
Even with 4 refineries that are not working.
These guys collapse them. You have an incompetent and a reckless ruling class.
You think it's intentional for the refineries not to be working?
Oh yes, because between 1993 and 2016, the government spent $6 billion, $6.025 billion on turning around maintenance
6.025
of the refinery. At the end of the day, the government left them at a comatose stage. And when President Buhari came on board, as a former minister, because he had promised, as a former minister of petroleum resources, I'm going to fix the refineries. So Labour reminded him in 2015, fix the refinery. Oh, but what do you call it? Neoliberal forces in the government discourage the government. Oh, government has no business in business. Let private people do so. But the government was not reminded that licenses issued by the Obasanjo regime for establishing refineries were simply dumped.
President Tinubu, please do the needful. I'm sorry to say it. It's not attack, but we urge you. The onus is on President Tinubu to do the needful. I'm going to try to see if I can find something. The onus is on you, sir, to do the needful. Nobody's saying anything else other than just please do the needful. That is all we ask of you, President Tinubu. Do the needful. This is quite it is quite a concern. So we're calling on you. We're calling on you, President Tinubu. Please do the needful. I'm just trying to get a picture of yourself out so that we can. You can. You're a man of action. You will know that. So, President Tinubu, we call on you. Yeah, you're now the president. Yes, do the needful. Do the needful, President Tinubu. Do the needful. You have to do the needful. People are suffering. The people that you want to be your that you've asked them to trust you, they are suffering. Do the needful. Now let's carry on.
Also got them. Unfortunately, the same government was now persuaded, as the Buhari regime, to invest through the NNPC $2.7 billion in the Dangote refinery.
See? 2.7 billion naira in the Dangote refinery.
300,000 barrels of crude oil per day. Those who say government has no business in business. It was at that stage, President Buhari, as Minister of Petroleum Resources, why are we doing this? Why are we not fixing our own refineries? It was at that stage, almost belatedly,
2.7
that the
billion
government
naira
approved that Port Harcourt refineries, two of them, be fixed with the sum of $1.5 billion. Warri and Kaduna be fixed with the sum of $1.4 billion. So, in addition to our investment in Dangote refinery, you're also talking of $2.9 billion to fix the 4 early refineries of the country. Now, nobody is asking the question, when will the repairs be completed?
They say Port Harcourt will be over by, it should be functional by December. Yes. That's the latest we heard.
Yeah. What of Kaduna and Warri?
Warri.
When will Dangote refinery become functional? So that we can look at all the circumstances in which we have found ourselves. And then...
So you can now see that what you call Dangote refinery should not be called Dangote. It is public money. It is public money. 2.7 billion naira the government gave to Dangote from public money. I hope you are following this all. President Tinubu, it is on. You're on the hot seat now. I wait your. These are things. This money mustn't go missing. And if it does well, it speaks to your presidency. But I don't think it will. I think you will find a way. I'm sure you will find a way to get this out so that the people can stop suffering. I'll keep showing you that picture, President Tinubu. I'll keep showing you that picture. Yes, that's people suffering. When you see the streets empty and no cars on the road and people are walking, people are suffering. In case you're not being told, President Tinubu, people are suffering. So let's watch on.
Take the best decision.
Mr. Falana, if you look at the statement of the NNPC, it doesn't really suggest that there is a fixed price.
No.
It just said that they wanted to adjust and informing the public.
No. What they are simply...
I don't know why Seun is trying to sort of... Anyway, I suppose it's a journalist trying to be balanced in a way, but this is nothing... NNPC have no business setting prices. End of. But anyway.
This thing is that we want to sell at an international price, which is being circulated now to over around $1 a liter. And I've asked myself, right, where has 540 naira come from? If, according to the central bank, we have not further devalued the naira. So the official rate is 451 naira to $1. So if you want to sell at an international price, you are internationalizing the price. Why are you not talking of 451 naira? And in any case, as I have said,
you see,
and for me,
this is a racket, President Tinubu. I'll be referring to you. I've said it. Whoever was going to be president will face the same problems. Now you're the president. You're in the hot seat. The people are suffering. Let's remind you the picture again. This is the result of the fuel subsidy. Is this what you see on the screen? People are suffering, and it is your responsibility as a president, commander-in-chief, to ease the pain of the people. You have the power to do so. You have the power to do so, and also, NNPC should not be setting the price. You heard what Femi Falana said there. Let's listen on, my people. Let's listen on.
I think the ultimatum given by the NSC provides the government an opportunity to go back to the drawing table
Exactly.
and clear some of the confusion in the air. Whereas the president, in his inaugural speech, simply announced that fuel subsidy
was
has been eradicated by the previous regime.
Yes.
When suppliers began to sell at the prices went to the roof, were then told no. We still have arrangement
till June ending.
Subsidy
till June ending. The subsidy has been paid on all petrol in the petrol stations in all of the tankers up until June 30th. The price, the end of the subsidy was going to start on the 4th of July. That was what the arrangement.
End of June.
Exactly.
Now, if those who were supplied fuel by NNPC Limited at the old price are now profiteering and unleashing economic pain on Nigerians, and nobody's checking
saying anything.
So why are you not selling?
Let's look at these issues one after the other. Now, the issue of subsidy,
yes,
it looks to me that there is a popular, I believe, amongst Nigerians that it is an evil that we cannot allow for a too long a time. Do you agree that subsidy is an evil within the marketplace that should be eradicated?
Sure. Subsidy is the failure, now called the incompetence of the Nigerian neo-colonial state.
Let me add further. Sorry to interject here. The simple fact is, because they have failed to fix, and they've used 2.9, they've now put $2.9 billion to fix Warri, Port Harcourt, to in Port Harcourt and in Sokoto, I think it is, or in Sokoto, yeah. Is it Sokoto or Kano, one of the two. Anyway, the 4 refineries, where they've deliberately made sure that they didn't function, so they could be importing processed refined oil at inflated prices, and then they gave subsidy towards that. There's also something coming out. Apparently, there was no money changing hands. It was just straight fraud. That's another story. But again, it lends to the fact that this subsidy thing is a total scam. But let's go on.
To make the refineries functional, and when they then embark on importing petroleum products, we want this country will be grounded the way you guys are going. Again, figures were flying to the extent that the immediate past Controller General of Customs, Colonel Amidali, went to the National Assembly to challenge NNPC, to challenge DPR. Your figures are fake. The immediate past Minister of State in the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Temperate said the importation agenda is a criminal enterprise. So, what are you talking about subsidy? You think we're subsidizing smugglers? No functional state can come out publicly that smugglers have taken over our country. Or you say oil thieves are operating without check. No state, any modern state cannot say that. And then what do? Let us punish the people. So for me, and I think that came out in the discussions in the NSC meeting today, that this is not a question of we no go agree. It's not a we no go agree agenda. We must now look at the economy holistically and challenge the reckless dollarization of the economy. Why must I be looking for dollars in my country? Why should some schools be collecting dollars as fees? I mean, school fees, rents being collected in dollars. Some fees are paid in dollars for professionals.
By the CBN Act, that is illegal.
No, illegal. Section 20. The legal tender in Nigeria shall be naira and kobo. It's illegal. It's a criminal offense.
No transaction must be made or should be made in any currency other than naira.
Other than naira. That's the law. They haven't amended the law. But these guys have ruined the economy by spending dollars so irresponsibly.
Mr. Falano, if the NLC go ahead, if the federal government says it won't, well, the issue of subsidy must go, and it has to go.
You see,
just a moment, sir. If they say that subsidy must go, and the NLC goes ahead, isn't it causing some kind of anarchy for a government that is just going to be about 2 weeks old?
Sure. For me, when workers issued an ultimatum, in Nigeria and wherever, it is an invitation to the government to review its position. And the government this time around, frankly speaking, will have to look at the totality of the economy.
Yep.
If we are talking of subsidy,
Yeah. The
what you
totality.
call first subsidy is an infinitesimal aspect of subsidies in the country. The rich, the comprador bourgeoisie. People will call captains of industry
Thank you.
are subsidized by the government.
Thank you.
Beyond
Dangote.
what you are calling
Dangote.
for subsidy.
Dangote is subsidized by this government, by government. Dangote. When we say it, people think, oh, we're just talking. This is Dangote and the likes of him. And you hear it here.
What are you talking about? Cheung,
Listen,
between 2016 and 2022,
listen.
the Buhari regime granted duty waivers to the tune of 16 trillion naira. You can Google. You can find it 16 trillion naira of people brought goods to the country without paying import duty to the detriment of the economy.
Wow. See that?
In December 19, 2018, the then director of budget, Mr. Ben Akabweze, addressed CEOs of government enterprises and told them, you guys have refused to remit 10 trillion naira to the federation account.
Wow.
I can go on and on and on. We have just filed a case against the Emefiele Central Bank, where the guy sold a bank for 50 billion naira. Avon revitalized that bank with the sum of 1.3 trillion naira. 380 people in this country,
My goodness.
according to AMCON, are owing 5.4 trillion naira because the banks were going to collapse in 2008. The central bank gave trillions to the bank. Now, those who took toxic loans were threatening the economy, and that was how AMCON was set up, Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, to buy off their debts. What type of subsidy is greater than that? So, I can go on and on and on. So, in the interest of the country, let us look at the economy.
I'm looking at the implication of the threat of the NLC.
Let me tell you.
Is it not too early in the life of this government?
You see, again, I've said it. Government has begun discussions in Nigerian Labour Congress, which perhaps should have preceded the announcement. But it's a new government. And I expect, as a new government, to take advantage of the opportunities that exist. I tell you what, Shem, there's a group of countries now
Yep.
fighting the dominance of the dollars in the economy. The dollar in the economy. We call those countries BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Nigeria is missing.
Exactly.
And they are currently trading among themselves in their own local currencies.
And here we are trading in dollar in Nigeria.
And I have suggested this publicly. Kenya was spending $500 million per month to import petroleum products. The leadership of Kenya met with the leadership of Saudi Arabia. We are unable to mobilize dollars. Can we have an arrangement? So, Saudi Arabia agreed, we shall be supplying you petroleum product. But you pay us in shillings. China 5 years ago entered into a currency swap agreement with Nigeria. All Nigerians who are buying goods in China pay naira. For our own business here, pay yuan.
So why would you do that with petrol?
Did not allow that arrangement. So for me, this government has an opportunity to look at the economy holistically.
President Tinubu, please listen.
Look at what is going on.
President Tinubu,
the demand, the struggle for a new international
I get it. You're the
economic
president.
order.
Listen.
Fitting.
On a final note, Mr. Falano, so the question, the bigger picture we're looking at here is there is already Nigerians who are hurt and pained in the manner in which this policy had come and affected their lives because of the price hike in the price of petrol has affected transportation and immediate effect on the price of commodities, food on their table.
And rents.
Yeah. Now, you're looking at a situation where NLC is planning a nationwide strike and protest. That will also have effect on the economy.
For sure.
I mean,
and that's why the government was avoiding it.
But if the government is already meeting the NLC, so the question is that one we wonder if there is other softer ways in addressing it. On the final note, Mr. Falano.
No, for me,
just 60 seconds.
Sean, the government, as I said, will have to look at all the options on the table. One of which is the Lagos State government with Ohando. I've just entered into an agreement with a Chinese company to bring electric buses to Lagos. Some of the buses have arrived. This government, the Buhari regime, this APC regime, in 2020, January 2020, announced that we are going to migrate
CNG
to CNG. And the central bank earmarked 250 billion naira to encourage companies that were going to promote that migration. So for me, these are the options on ground. Of course, we can say, oh, why can we continue to waste $10 billion according to them? Figures are also questionable. We can then look at the alternatives to PMS so that the poor are not further subjected to excruciating pain.
Mr. Falano, so you saying that it is illegal, the hike in the price?
Oh, yes.
And the implication is that anybody selling above 185 is illegal.
Of course.
Are you planning to go to court on that?
Well, the NSA has given some instructions, but I won't give you the details.
Okay.